Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina, Senior Market Strategist. Good to see everybody back for the afternoon session. Early start today, but we're going to go all the way through the end today as usual. So thanks for being here. And it's my pleasure to be able to introduce the very own Dan Gramza to the show this afternoon. Dan, come on in.
Well, thank you, Jim. Great to be with you. Really excited about looking at these markets. A lot happening today.
There certainly is. You are just, every time I see you, you're more dapper than the last time.
I'm not sure about that, but thank you, Jim.
Well, no, I definitely appreciate your time today. We have a lot of time together now. We have an hour today.
Great.
We're going to cover a whole bunch of stuff, including best practices on day trading around this news-driven marketplace with a lot of volatility, with huge average ranges. Then we'll delve into some of the asset classes to try to kind of look at what's going on there, if that's okay with you.
That sounds great.
Awesome. I mean, I remember back when we were younger. I don't know if you remember that. That if you had a daily range of an E-mini S&P of 8 points, it was a huge, huge day. And now it's what's the ATR right now? The 34-day ATR is 43, right? Is it 43? No, it's got to be more than that. It's 82 points. Is that incredible?
It is. It really is. It's fascinating to see how the market is responding to fundamentals, to the technicals in terms of response that we didn't really see in the past that we're seeing now. Those participants, have come in a way I think that wasn't there, Jim, when you were just mentioning what you saw before. This is really now a global market. And before, you wouldn't see any participation hardly in other time zones when we had that. Today, it's around the clock. No matter where I go, I could be in Asia or Europe, everybody's looking at these markets. Not just to look at them, but to participate. And I think the volume and the ranges kind of are an indicator of that participation.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now. This is the Nasdaq futures. This is the mini, which isn't the mini anymore. It's
Yeah.
it's really the classic one now. It's done 414,000 contracts so far today. Now add to the micros, the micro market, the micro NASI has done 1.6 million contracts already. I mean, that we never had anything like that before.
No, no. It's market acceptance and market participation. And like I say, it's a global market. The variety of audiences that came to it. Jim, when you said that, you made me think about, remember when the micros launched? That was the idea. It would be a retail trade. It would be for smaller traders. That it quickly matured into not small traders, all traders, institutionally as well as private traders. So it morphed into something that no one really saw coming.
I certainly didn't. And when they first launched them, I mean, we have floor experience way back in the day. And when they first launched them, I thought, oh, this is just, this is silly. It's not going to take root. And boy, was I wrong. That's all I could say.
Well, I happened to be at the CME when that launched. I was doing some other things for the CME, and I remember sitting in someone's office, Mark's office actually, and we're seeing this movement and participation in a market that usually it starts out slowly and works its way up. That's what you expect. This didn't. It hit the ground running. And I'd never seen a market launch that way in the past, and it hasn't slowed down. It's
I know.
fascinating.
And don't forget, we got more stuff coming around the corner. We have single stock futures coming around the
I,
corner too.
I got to tell you, Jim, when they first came out, a while back.
Yeah, one
I was
Chicago, I
such,
remember.
yeah, there you go. I was such a strong supporter of it because I thought, what a great way to use leverage to really maximize someone's capital. And, it didn't really pan out the way people expected. I think now the potential there is so much. It's like you were talking before about the Nazi here. That movement that you're talking about, that range, well, what does it mean? I think it also means opportunity. When you have that kind of movement, right? Maybe there's increases the probability of taking a possible piece of that market. It's no longer 8 point range, it's something bigger than that. And that's friendly to someone who wants to day trade or even swing trade. It spells, opportunity. These single stock futures, I really do hope they take off because I also think it can provide opportunity for not just stock traders, but for people who want to take advantage of leverage and participate directly in that marketplace.
Yeah, and it's there's so many wonderful young traders out there on our network that are trading live, that are trading on social media, that are talking about these markets. There's no doubt that they're going to take off this time. We didn't have that back then, right? We just had the CME trying to market it. I'm sorry, One Chicago trying to market it themselves, and we didn't have what we have right now with this network of just wonderful young traders out there.
That's a very good point. The community is larger. And you know something too, Jim? The technology's there to support it. I mean, look at the Ninja platform, the things that allows a trader to do that when single stock futures were around the first time, wouldn't have been available.
Yeah.
So technology's there, traders are there, volatility may be there to take advantage of that product.
For sure, for sure. We're looking forward to it. It's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at though. I have a 30-minute candle chart of the Nasdaq up here right now, and a couple of things that I'm going to just kind of point out that I like to look at is I have the Asian initial balance highlighted on the left here in red. That's that first hour. I have the London initial balance highlighted with white parallel lines, and then they have the U.S. initial balance, that first hour of trading, high to low, highlighted as well. And then I also have this thing. Mike Burke made this great widget up at the top that shows me the percent of range we're at right now, based on a 34-day average look back. We're at about 90% of that range right now. And we've gone 436 and a half points low to high, which is a huge number. So, and I have a 30-minute candle up here, Dan, only because if I had put a 10-minute candle in, there's just too much to see on the screen right now for everybody. So I'm keeping it right now at 30. And of course, we're making new highs as we speak. Crazy.
It is. It is. We had some fundamentals that you would expect the market to do what? To kind of shake itself and say, oh my gosh, we had 6% PPI. Isn't that bad? Well, is it? And if you take out, crude, and if you take out food, we're at 2.8%. Is that bad? Do we expect the Fed to do something now? Some people are saying Fed should increase interest rates. I just don't see that happening. Keeping them unched, yes, but changing them, increasing them, I don't see it happening, nor do I see a reason for them to lower them. And you have some great references here. Employment situation isn't too bad in our country. Inflation, yes, it's there, but tell me a war that we've been in where you haven't had inflation. So I don't think that's a shock to the market. It's very interesting when you have these reports that come out and how people prepare for what we're looking at here in front of us.
But it just seems like from a day trade point of view, some of the basic economic data that we're getting right now, hitting the tape, is kind of being shrugged off, and other things are happening.
Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's the focus does go back to, the Mag 7, where AI is. It's, people keep comparing that to the dot-com bubble.
Yeah.
And, Jim, I don't see that. I don't think they're correlated. If you look at the late 90s, in fact, there are guys, I bet you probably would have known them. Um, I don't remember their names now. There were four bond traders. Now that I'm thinking about it, four bond
Like
traders.
the Baldwins of the world, those
No,
guys.
no, 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 not the guys with both hands in the air. These weren't unusually large traders,
Okay.
but they left the floor to start to start a company. And then somebody said, put .com at the end of it, you'll raise money. They did. They raised $4 million. I can't remember how quickly, but it felt like overnight.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the company. But the
Yeah.
point was credit was easily available. Now, if we think about the economic situation there, we had inflation. The Fed was increasing interest rates almost every meeting, and we got up to 6.5%. Nobody knows what number will have a huge impact on the market, including the Fed. But when it got to 6.5%, that credit to that .com marketplace, in my opinion, got choked off. And that was the turning point until we got to March of 2000, where we were at interest rates then from the Fed was at 1%, as they tried to scramble and get the market interested again. So I think the economic environment, the banking environment that we had in the dot-com bubble kind of isn't what we're seeing now. Like you say, the market's kind of shrugging off these economic numbers that we see. Like today, it did respond early, right? We saw, look at those candles, did back off. But I mean, look at how it's
Yeah.
recovered.
So let's talk about what happened this morning in context of the chart. So
Okay.
overnight we had a really nice orderly rally. The London initial balance kind of accelerated that, and that's where we at least had overnight highs. Then, things kind of trickled back down, going in anticipation, my guess, of the economic release, the PPI number that we had this morning. And, when we got to this point, this candle right here is the 9:30 to 10 o'clock candle. It was a red candle. And based on the number, my expectation initially was, oh, we're going to go a lot lower here. I want to be short. But that didn't happen. We did kind of probe a little bit of a low here with this big wick, and instead, buyers just said no, enough is enough, and pushed us back up. What clue would I have at this point to expect that kind of turnaround and that move back up?
I don't think you would necessarily expect it to, but what we did see, what you said, Jen, that was a good observation. We got low enough to see a change in behavior. And that change in behavior was some buying coming back into the market. Whether that's going to stop that flow on the short side, who knows what's going to happen then. But what we do know is that it's different. And what we do know is the market has come out, the numbers are released, and we see the first really response to those numbers, those larger red candles. It's I think about institutions I deal with in Europe, for example. What's interesting, I think, is when we have a number coming out, everything starts before the number. So, in other words, how do we come into the number? Is there a bias as we come into the number? A lot of the institutions I would deal with there, the risk manager on the desk would say, I want to be neutral. And what you would see would be small little ranges as the books even up coming into this US number. That would be one behavior we'd see. The strategies of how they're going to respond, it's already done before this market has a number coming out. And many of them will wait actually, I can think of somebody in Scandinavia, their policy is they wait a half hour. After that number comes out, they wait a half hour to see where the smoke clears and to see if there is some opportunity setting itself up. And your idea of how this market responded, what we did see was a little bit of buying coming back in. We're at high volume prices on your market and on your volume profile, so that's going to be a challenge. And exactly right over there. And what's interesting is we did get that pop to the upside. So depending on someone's strategy, that's the issue here. Does it comply with the strategy? If it does, then you and I should be looking at opportunities. If it doesn't fit the strategy that we use to trade, whether it's day trading, swing trading, whatever it is, if it doesn't fit that strategy, then we shouldn't be trading it. That's how I feel. And we may miss one. Oh, so what? It's not like this is the only trade we're ever going to see. But if it does comply with that strategy and we see what you're talking about, a little bit of that buying coming back in, then does it follow through? If it makes new lows here, I'd give it the big adios because there's no reason to stay in that. What we were looking for to happen didn't. And for me to sit in that trade, I'm in a hope trade now. I'm hoping it comes back. And if I ever hear my brain saying that, then I know I'm overstaying a welcome in a trade.
That's a great way to put that. If you're hoping it's going to come back, you're overstaying your welcome, and it's time to get out. I like that train of thought. We have a guy on our I do a show Friday morning with a floor trader named Pax, and
Oh, sure.
you know Pax, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember PAX. Yeah.
So Pax has a everybody knows Pax. Who doesn't know Pax? He has a saying instead of FOMO, his saying is JOMO, joy of missing out.
Ah, I
I
like
thought that
that.
was pretty, I like that too.
I do too. People, it's natural when someone's looking at a trade. And again, time frame isn't the issue, whether it's a day trade or a swing trade. It's natural when it's starting to move to feel you're missing something. You're only missing something if you didn't follow your strategy.
Mm.
If your strategy doesn't show a trade, there is no trade. So to me, I'd pat myself on the head and say, Dan, you followed your strategy. Good job. And there'll be other opportunities. It's maybe we look at another market at that same point and we say, oh, that's clean. That fits my strategy. Done. So instead of trying to fit a strategy into the market, we just want to let the market establish that. Let the market come to us. And if it fits our strategy, done. Then it's mechanical, Jim. I feel that you and I shouldn't have to think too much because we've done all that beforehand to create that strategy.
Yeah.
What do we expect profit-wise?
Yeah.
How much risk? How long would the trade last? All those kind of parameters that are so essential.
Let's go back. You're right on, man. You are right on. And I do overthink a lot of my trades, by the way. But you heard me complaining to Tracy a little bit ago about my bond trade that didn't happen.
Oh,
But
sounds like that was right there, just kissing it.
I know. I was on the bid and I was like, we got it, and didn't get filled. But in any event, let's go back to this candle here, this 8:30 to 9 candle. So this was before the number. We had relatively elevated prices. Are you suggesting that this red candle is a combination of institutions maybe getting flat and waiting, combined with anticipation of what the likelihood of the number is going to be?
Yes, that's right. I think it is. It's people. I mean, I can hear people in my ear when I think about it on a trading desk doing just that. They're either evening up, they're getting ready. There's a fellow well, I shouldn't say that, who in at a major bank in Australia. And I was teaching a class and we had a particular setup we were looking at. That setup happened to occur right before this number came out. And he said, well, then what would you do here? I said, well, based upon what we just talked about, this happens to be that setup. So you want to be long. And he says, buy me a couple, to the guy that was leaving the room to go back to the desk. And for them, that's 20,000 bonds. But the number doesn't, it could be one bond. The number of contracts doesn't make it a good trade or a bad trade. It's just the number of zeros in an account. But in that particular case, it fit a strategy. So we knew where the risk was, we knew what we were expecting, and it happened to cooperate.
Yeah.
And that'll never happen again, and probably ever. But
Right,
it
right.
happened, so going back to your point, yes, that very well could be how people are positioning themselves as opposed to interpreting the number.
Yeah, so let's go to let's follow these candles along a little bit on that note. So we had, and I'm going to call it a probe or a test, right?
Okay.
We kept selling off, we came back up. Then the very next 30-minute candle sold off again, not quite as far, right? And it hit the pivot, which is always fun. And then we kind of turned it around, right? And we turned it around. Now, do these two shadows down here tell us anything about what the future holds for this market?
Well, I would say this. It would say it's bouncy. You remember, like on the floor, for example, or on a trading desk today, if you talk to a market maker and you say, do you think it's going up? They'd say, I don't know. But they would say, well, it's really bouncy around 10 and it's very sloppy at 30. So what are they saying? They're saying, I see order flow at 10 and we see buyers coming in at 10 and we see sellers at 30.
Hmm.
That's what they're referring to. And I think this is a clue about behavior at those lower prices. Does it mean it's going to go up? I don't know. But I do know, and you know, as you observed it, it's changed. It's changed from where it was before. Volatility's picked up. We're getting low enough to find those buyers. So, if nothing else, imagine if you and I were on the other side, if we were short. What would that be feeding into our brain? Not a good sign. They're buying it every time it comes down. So something is changing.
Yeah.
It,
Well, yeah. And so, bad number, initial reaction, strong bull market in the Nasdaq for a million different reasons. So we could talk about the AI, phenomenon and all of that stuff. But the bottom line is, boom, we caught a bid. We got above that session VWAP. I like to look at the volume weighted average price. That's my white line there, Dan, if you could see it.
okay. Yeah, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, and then off to the races from there with no retracement in sight. Now, the one thing that I'm noticing here is we have these 11 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12 candles where we kind of had these big shadows on the top. Sellers brought us back down. Big candle on the top turned into a doji. But that didn't mean this whole market was turning around. It almost seemed like it was a pause or a rest, and then we took off again. But then my initial thought was, okay, we're going to go back down again. We're finding sellers up here. But that idea was erased in the very next 30-minute candle.
Well, yes, everything you said makes sense. It's very logical. We're seeing a change in behavior at those levels. So, real key, just like here on the downside, was follow through. When on the downside, when it was bouncy, did we get follow through? Yes. On the upside, they're selling it. They're selling into it. Have we gotten follow through to the downside? Not yet. And on the other hand, if we think about what those shadows that you just identified, Jim, if I go to that what I call behavioral Japanese candles, which is what is it showing us? And the shadow, in my point of view, represents selling. at the highs, right? So they've sold into it twice. Now, let's imagine, Jim, that you and I sold it. We haven't gotten paid yet in sense of follow through. If it's now trading against us, now I'm talking about that green candle. I sold it. It's now trading against me. What do? I say I'm out. So I buy it back. All those people, I believe, that created those shadows, it becomes potential energy. And everybody who sold it, they're now losing money as the market's trading against them. So they buy it back to close those out. They add buying order flow. And what you'd want to see if we do trade against those shadows is a big move because of that additional buying order flow that comes in from those sellers that are exiting the position. And like you said, Jim, that's what we have there, that big green candle.
So,
That's
okay, so
healthy.
the red shadow is representing potential energy, and then that gets converted to kinetic energy in the green candle, and we really take off.
Exactly. I bet you went to IIT.
Only the best go there, Dan.
Right, right.
Me too. Okay, so now we're making new highs. And before we get to a daily chart and kind of think about context and why this market is doing what it's doing, we took out the overnight highs. Right. The overnight high is 29,448, give or take a couple of ticks. We probed through it last 30 minutes. This 30 minutes, we decisively broke through to the upside. Someone might say, maybe Larry Williams or Jesse Livermore, it's time to add to my long position. We're making new highs. Is that a good idea?
I would do that provided you and I manage the risk. That's the whole issue. There are firms that my path has crossed, and their approach in this whole thing that you and I are looking at, they reduce the size of their positions, and they allows them to increase the risk that they're willing to take on that position. If we're going to buy new highs, we're assuming then that buyers are going to follow through. Well, I want to get paid for the trade and I want to adjust my risk accordingly. So the issue before we do the trade is where do we get out with the loss? Right? That's always the issue. What is, and when it comes to risk management, it's the issue of what's acceptable to me, what is acceptable to my account, and what is required by the strategy. And that is the real force
So
that guides that decision.
when you say what's required by the strategy, do you mean where is the chart telling me I'm wrong and I need to get out?
Correct.
Okay.
And is it within acceptable parameters? Is going back to, is it my strategy? Is if this idea that you just mentioned, you're going with flow, you're going with momentum, and you're assuming it's going to follow through. All right. That idea, not a bad idea. At least you're going with the market as opposed to trying to fade it. That not a bad, and the overall trend has been up. Not a bad idea. But I should have looked at that in the past. I want to get a feel for if I do that trade, does it have a tendency to retrace a little bit? How much is a little bit? Is the amount that'll come against me, but still continue the trade? That number is what I would use for my risk, a little bit beyond it. So if it'll come back 20 ticks or 10 ticks or whatever it may be, because you and I have gone back and said, all right, whenever we had this kind of buy the new high thing, how far did it move in my favor? But how much did it ever move against me before it continued its journey? That would be my stop. And if it takes it out, that's fine, but we've done our homework. We know that 8 times out of 10, it has a tendency to give me another 20 ticks if it makes new highs. And I'm risking 15 ticks on this trade. Okay, that's acceptable. And then, yes, so I'd be happy to do that. You know,
Tot-
Jim, I like what you said because it's true whether we're trading this chart or whether we're trading a daily or a 5-minute chart, same principles apply.
So, okay, so hold that thought for a second. But now a lot of traders are going to look at this chart and say, well, the high's in, it can't go any higher. How you can't predict the high, right?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to, I can't figure it out. I don't know. So why waste my energy on trying to figure where the high is? The high is where it gets high enough to find sellers and it starts to break the trend. That's the high. I don't know where that is. I don't need to know. What I do need to know is I want to stay disciplined with my strategy to allow the market to take me out. Not me saying I got X number of dollars in this trade. That's irrelevant. What's relevant is the trade's still a good trade.
Totally makes sense. Now let's just take a hypothetical. So the last 30-minute candle was a green candle making new highs.
Okay.
The current candle is still percolating, right? It's still
Right.
going.
You're right.
Let's assume this candle turns red and we have what you taught me as an equal and opposite candle. In other words, the body of the green candle is going to be the same as the body of the next candle, except the next candle is red.
Correct.
Is that trigger any ideas, or do you have to you have to have further patience?
No, I would first, I want to look at my stop. I may tighten my stop up. I see a change in behavior on this market. It is a half-hour chart. And I would also want to ask myself, what time of day is this happening? Is that happening as we go into lunchtime where we have a
Mhm.
tendency to get quiet? You know, what time of day I think is important because we don't want to ask something from the market can't give me. So if it has a tendency between 10:30 and 12:30 Chicago time to go sideways, then I need to have more patience, right? So I
Yeah.
don't want to ask something it can't give me. That'd be one piece. And then the other one is where does it fail? And if we start making new lows, and again, that go back to our research, then yes, it makes I want to establish that now. And it could be where you have that horizontal line below the bottom of the green candle. If this is true, then I want to see it stay in place. And there's one other thing. If you and I have a trade on now, there's something I used to do with the fella when I was in Hawaii that if, let's say we're here, and let's say you and I are, his name was Mike. Let's say you and I are sitting next to Mike, and Mike says, hey guys, I want to take profit right now. I'd say done, provided that you tell me how we're going to get back in the trade if it goes back up. Sure, let's take some profit. But before we do that, what will get me back in the trade before we do that? And if that happens, we don't talk to each other. We just execute it. We've already agreed what will get me back in. So done. And I find that can sometimes relieve the anxiety that people have about taking profit in a trade. Decide before you take it what will get you back in the trade. And then if it happens, you do it, you don't think about it. And remember, handling risk is a part of that decision.
So in that decision, it could be based on either a retracement to a certain level and a time factor, or maybe a resumption to more highs and you want to jump back in.
Correct. It goes back to whatever that strategy is that we're working here. It could be, yes, it could be a retracement. It could be a behavior in terms of the candles firming up. It could be new highs. But again, as long as you and I manage the risk, then we're good. Could we lose money? Absolutely. And if we do, so what? I mean, will all of our trades make money? No.
There
But
you go.
is the loss within acceptable parameters? Yes. Oh, okay. Done.
Totally makes sense. I totally like that. I'm going to shift to a daily chart, but you might want to say hi to your nephew here in the chat. I think Justin might be with us today. Justin,
Hey, Justin.
Uncle Dan. Uncle Dan's live on the show. Justin's been in here for a while. We appreciate him being part of
Oh,
NinjaTrader Live community. That's
great.
awesome.
He's really squared away. Justin has characteristics that are so important, and that is being consistent.
Hmm.
You know, once you and I establish whatever it is we're going to trade and how we're going to trade, it's, I think, essential to be consistent, and which means discipline. And I think Justin's Marine background helps him with that. He's very consistent, and that's key.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So consistent though doesn't necessarily mean sticking with the same strategy all the time, right? Your strategy could evolve as the market conditions change.
Absolutely. And once you, so in other words, if you and I established, here's our profit objective, here's our risk parameter, and what we notice is that I'm getting stopped out on very good trades. Ooh, so my stop may be a little too tight. And that could be because volatility's changed. And when I redid my first research, it was fine. So I may want to make an adjustment there. And our profit objective, it goes 3 or 4 times beyond that. All right, do I need to adjust that? So yes, volatility changes, and but if, see, that's the thing I think, Jim, if you and I have those parameters decided before we do the trades, then we know when it's changing.
Yeah.
I'm getting stopped out on good trades. Okay, I need to make a change.
Yeah. Well, and especially in this environment where you have, these, average true ranges are just exceptional, right? They're exceptionally large. And they're even large within discrete timeframes, pre-market, the London Open, the US Open, the London Open, the US Open, and the close. I mean, they're really, really, really big ranges. So that's different. So I had to make the adjustment because, I'm from yesteryear, and we didn't have that much volatility, that much range.
Exactly, exactly. And that you bring up such a good, important point. Markets change, as we know, volatility changes. And if I have references before I ever do a trade, then I have a guideline that, hey, my risk should be tightened up, my risk should be looser, my profit objective could actually be increased because of this increase in volatility. And now I just have to be patient.
Yeah.
I just have to allow it to develop.
Well, let's pivot to the Nasdaq. I mean, we're making new highs every day, just about. And we've both been around long enough to see bubbles and flash crashes and big drawdowns in the equity markets. And everyone's talking about it. Everyone's looking at this chart saying, "Well, this is any minute now, imminent demise." I'm not so sure.
Well, Jim, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And that is, I lost the chart, but I'd like you to, I'll show you something I used to do I do it at RBC in Toronto. I used to do some work there
You should
with,
have the chart back by right now,
yeah,
don't
I
you?
do. I
Okay,
do.
good. Good.
And at the CME at the Board of Trade. What I'd like you to do is take this chart, if you could, and move the today down to the middle of the chart. There you go, like that. Okay, here's what I would do. I would say to the class, would anybody be interested in buying this market? And some people would, they don't know what the market is necessarily, but people would raise their hand. Yeah, I think I'd look at that. Okay, now take that chart and put it back where you had it, right on the upper corner. would you be interested in buying this market now? And a lot of people would say, no way. That thing is extended so far. I think I wouldn't do that. So sometimes, even though it's a very simple idea, it's not where it's trading. Again, you brought it up, Jim. You said picking a high. Who in the hell knows where the high is? Who in the hell knows where the low is? It's irrelevant in my brain because the market tells us. And so right now, is this high enough? It's like there was a guy who used to trade live cattle. And I remember him, he was in St. Louis, calling me up saying, I'm buying cattle here. And I said, why? And he bought it on a trend day down. And I said, well, what motivates you to do that? And he goes, it just can't go any lower. Fundamentally, it can't. And you and I know somebody saying never, can't, those are huge words when it comes to trading.
I'm fading that guy.
There you go. And, well, that's another story. But, yeah, exactly. And it did. Now, was he right? Yes, about 3 weeks later. But in the meantime, he would have had severe problems as it did go lower. So here, is this at all-time highs? Are we seeing S&P screaming to new what? And it's ignoring all these things going on. We have a geopolitical environment that's crazy, and yet these things just kind of keep marching along. Yeah. So it goes back to what you showed us on this chart. If it's in the middle of the page, we go, oh, there's room. If it's in the upper corner, it feels tight.
Yeah.
Well, what I feel, it's irrelevant. Are buyers still here? Do I want to be long? Does it fit my strategy? Should I buy this? Done. Here's my risk. If it comes down, takes me out, fine, because that's been decided what's acceptable. And if it wants to continue the march, fine.
Yeah. No, it's funny you should say that. I'm pretty laid back. I don't really get mad at anything, except when someone uses the word correction with respect to the market, because it implies that the market was incorrect. It's never incorrect. It's always correct.
Ooh, that's a good one, Jim.
I don't like it, man.
I like that one. Ooh, I never thought of that one. That's a good one.
Never incorrect. Let's pivot over though. Let's talk about some macro stuff. I want to pull up, bear with me a second. I want to pull up copper. Dr. Copper, again, daily candle. I could pull up a weekly if you want, but we're just going to see a rip in market. The last, we really caught a bid starting on the close on May 4th. And hasn't really looked back. We just keep taking out highs, swing highs, January 29th swing high. We took that out yesterday. This thing is still marching upward. Is this all about supply constraint, you think?
It's a huge part of it. It's our supply issue. Well, let's look at supply. That's a good point, Jim. Chile, Peru, Democratic Republic, Congo, Indonesia. Those are the four major sources of copper in the world. And when we think about demand, the AI demands that we're seeing, the data centers, distribution systems, what fascinates me about copper, Jim, we don't have a substitute. It's not like, well, something for this electrical unit, don't use copper, use what? So it's a critical element. It's different than other commodities that may have substitutes for, even meat. I could eat chicken and fish. When it comes to, and I do eat a lot of chicken and fish, but when it comes to...
I can't eat tofu, though. Don't throw tofu in there. I can't eat tofu.
You don't like that? I just had some miso soup with tofu. I like that. But the point here is that supply, well, let's take one other element on supply. We can't expand supply easily. To to get a producing copper mine, it takes 10 to 20 years. The IEA says average is 17 years before you get production. So we have limitations just supply wise. Now let's look at demand. And if we're going to talk about copper, we have to talk about our friends in China. They consume 50 to 60% of global supply of copper. They smelt, they process around 48 to 50% of global copper. So their appetite is a critical element in what we see for copper. And in my daily video, I was be talking about copper is not really doing anything. I was very suspect because China wasn't there. Well, China is there. And we're seeing manufacturing is where it's coming up. In real estate in the United States, we think about demand. We use 400 to 600 pounds of copper in a new home, 44 pounds and 99 pounds in a gasoline powered car. Electric vehicles, it's around 4 times that amount. So do we have demands here? These data centers, these other things that are being produced, huge demand for copper. So does that demand match the output that we're getting? That is debatable right now. And will it outstrip that in the next 5 years to 10 years? High probability is it will, just because we don't have enough supply coming online. And the other issue we have here now, which is fascinating, is the Strait of Hormuz. It's sulfur, and we
Yep.
use sulfuric acid in heap making of copper. You take a big chunk of a pile of iron ore, spray it with sulfuric acid, and you take what comes out as copper. But with the Strait of Hormuz closed down, it has a big impact on our ability to process copper also. And people are saying, well, they produce crude oil. What does that have to do with sulfur? And what does that have to do with copper? Well, it has a lot to do with it
Yeah.
because when you have there in the Gulf, they refine crude oil as well as sell crude
Yep.
oil, but they refine it, right? And a part of that, if you have if you have heavy sour crude, it means it has a lot of paraffin, a lot of sulfur. So when they process it, they take out that sulfur. So they have a lot of sulfur. So crude oil production produces sulfur. Sulfur we use to make sulfuric acid, and we need that in production for
Yeah.
copper.
And a lot of that goes to South America where the smelters aren't, right? Smelters are in China mostly, and a lot of the pregnant leaching or whatever word they
Yeah, the
use
leaching. Yeah,
is South American.
you're right. Peru, if you look at Peru, well, if you look at Chile, that'd be the number one,
Okay.
but yes, that's exactly right.
Let's take this to the next level then. All right. So we have what was CPI? This was 3.8 or whatever.
3.8, yeah.
What's going to happen to that number when all of these this particular very important ingredient in life, daily life, gets to $10 instead of only $6.50.
It'll bleed over in other products that we use it in. Housing is going to go up, you know, again, 400 to 600 pounds, a huge amount? No, but is it going to be a lot more expensive? Yes. It has that ripple effect through our economy. It's not going to happen overnight, and things may change. But right now, under the current environment we're in, geopolitically as well as economically, with regard to this product, um, yeah, it looks promising on the long side.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens going forward here. I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of inflation going forward here. Dan, I want to shift gears if we can. We got plenty of time. I want to talk about crude. And I want to get your, oh wow, this is way out of date. No, it's not. This is a daily candle chart, Dan. And I'm just going to extend my volume profile. So what I did was I added a volume profile. This is the wartime volume profile on crude. And I want to point out this big red candle here we saw. This was a Sunday night, Monday, where we had this extraordinarily large red candle. This was March 9th. Now I was on an airplane coming back from somewhere. I remember it, trying to trade this on on the NinjaTrader mobile app. So I was in the zone here when this happened, and it was a wild, wild night. Now we closed at 94.77. And so I added a volume profile. Hopefully you could see it. It's kind of subtle behind the charts,
Yeah,
maybe
I
not so
can.
subtle. And we have a couple things going on. We have a point of control that's dominant right at the almost to the same point where we closed that day. And I find that amazing that all this time has gone by and we're still finding price happiness at $95, 94.77.
Yeah, Jim, I got to tell you, you're picking a market that is also fascinating. And that is not unusual behavior, by the way, for this market. If we think about crude, WTI, uh, in the United States, we, for shale producers, for most of them, the break even price is 60. At 70, they can start making money. And if you look at the Middle East, they always wanted crude between 80 and $100 a barrel. This level that you see like that, where it's going sideways, it makes me think of hedging. It makes me think of it, in other words, if I think some of the companies that my path crosses, they do have levels that they'll hedge. And this could be an example of that hedging behavior. So it gets to it, they're a seller or a buyer, depending on who they are. That can have an impact here. And what we know, and is on that volume profile, what is it showing us? It's showing us market acceptance. That's why we spend more time there. That's how we determine value of something. Like I like your watch. Well, it's $2,000. Why? Because every time I see it at the jewelry store, it's $2,000. That becomes value. And I know if it's at 1,500, that's on sale. Here, that point of control, as you pointed out, is value. And the market right now is using it as support. If we were flipped around, then we'd look for it to act as resistance, right?
Yep.
So we're seeing that market acceptance, and it's been the core of that behavior. Look how even it is below and above it, actually.
Yeah.
It's just rotated back and forth.
It's relatively bell-shaped. I know. It's pretty, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a volume note up here around 101, spot 83, kind of where we're trading right now. But, as time goes on, some of this will probably fill out, is my guess.
That'd be more typical. That's right. We're at fair value. That's what it's showing us. What is fair value for crude right now? Even though the Strait of Hormuz is, closed. And one of the things that's fascinating to me is when we see these events, how globally things shift. Like, remember when Russia invaded Ukraine?
Hmm.
Germany got all their natural gas from Russia. Holy Toledo, what are we going to do if you're Germany? And look how the whole system of energy distribution of natural gas has changed.
Yeah.
Now, crude oil, I mean, if we think about in the we had a drawdown in our inventories. China, Trump's over visiting China. China has 1.4 billion gallons of barrels of crude in their strategic reserve. So they got a few extra. And some people are saying, well, what the hell? Why don't they release some of that?
Hmm.
But I don't see them doing that. I mean, they're not right now. They cut out selling sulfur. We were talking about sulfur. They're not exporting it right now. They need it for their
Yeah.
own production. So we're seeing a market that's been very resilient. And I don't look for huge moves up or down, really a sideways move, a $10 range, which is still a lot of opportunity from a
Hmm.
trading point of view, would be more expected
Yeah.
as opposed to Brent, which is totally different.
Well, Dan, so we have a few minutes, but I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball, and I wouldn't throw you the curveball if I know you're not able to knock it out of the park. So I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to go to the 30-year Treasury bonds, and in particular, that is going to take a second to populate. I'm going to go to a weekly chart right here, and let's see if I can get some commitment of traders data here on the bottom. So I have the COT report from the CFTC data pumped into the NinjaTrader charts,
Hmm.
and the blue histogram bars represent the large speculators, and the red histogram bars represent the commercials or the hedgers, as they call them. And interestingly enough, large specs, their net short position has been increasing for 5 or 6 weeks at a pretty rapid pace. Alternatively, the hedgers have done the opposite, right? They've increased. Now they're net long a lot for the first time in a long period of time. What is that telling us?
Well, actually, I love your ability to do that. That's really cool. And I think the motivations between those two entities are different. If we think about the hedgers, what are they trying to do and what are they trying to protect? That's really their issue. And what their tolerance level is going to be much higher than the specs that we see on the bottom. And the price action that we're seeing, I don't want to say it's dampened, but if you look at the chart, I love your chart there, Jim. If you go all the way back and look at how it's formed, it's coming down to a level where we found buyers before. It got cheap enough. So what is this showing us? It's showing us that yield is going up, right? And price is coming down. And if we think about the geopolitical environment we're in, that yield does make sense because we got a lot of uncertainty out there, and we're seeing capital flowing towards this market in that regard, towards the yield side of it. And so I think we're range bound. I don't look for a big move up or down. Let's do it this way, Jim. Let's take your commitment of traders, your COT chart. Go back to the left where we found the blue lines. No, way over. There you go. No, or over there to the end, and in the middle, we have a lot of blue lines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And look right there. Look at what happened above it. And what we see
yeah,
is a market that's really somewhat orderly.
yeah.
Did volatility kick way up? No, it really didn't. Did it move enough that there could be trading opportunities? Yes. But it really relatively sideways type move.
Yeah.
And I feel we're in that same environment right now with this market.
Awesome. Fantastic. Great stuff, Dan. As usual, we are up against time, but thank you for being with us, man. I really appreciate you.
My pleasure, Jim. Great to be with you. Thank you for a chance to share some ideas together. I love exploring these markets with you.
And you still have dangramza.com where you have your daily studies?
Yeah, that's still perking along.
Awesome. Awesome, everybody. All right. Well, you can learn more about Dan at dangramza.com. Dan, appreciate you as usual. Look forward to talking to you again, and I will see you in Chicago one of these days.
Great. Look forward to it, Jim.
All right. All right. All right, everybody. It is about that time. Whoa, it is about that time, I believe. No afternoon update today, guys. We are going to go right to trading the close. We have with us today some fabulous young traders with us. Let's go ahead and get them in. Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to do an edge report. Let's do that first. Wow, it's been a long day, everybody. Let's do that first. Let's go to even the S&P. Sorry about that, Mission Control. I mean, you guys totally, with the 1 o'clock start, kind of messed up my hot tub time. Let's check out the mini SP all-time highs. We're still just cranking away. My hanging man bearish reversal candle out the window. We broke through that 74.50. Moving averages are all super, super hot right now. Let's go ahead and look at an intraday chart really quickly here. Way above zero DTE call resistance right now. This has been a dominant candle. We've never looked back. Jax 2 is the next target up, 74.75. Now, interestingly enough, R2 is also up here as well. And we have that 1 day max, that Mentor Q 1 day max, just north of that 74.95. That's the expected range. So when I'm thinking about, well, we can't go any higher, I'm looking at some of these kind of really neat levels, including the R2 and then including call resistance at 7,500. The S&P has been trading in 50 kind of point units, more or less, on the way up. So there are some more upside targets. The volume profile right now is it's not that great, right? We have a volume node up here at 74.70. I'm going to round it up a tick. We have another volume node a little bit lower here at 62, or round it up to 63, and a lot of empty space in between the two, then more empty space below until we get to the value area. And then even within the value area, there's no real good Gaussian distribution here. This is rectangular with, again, volume nodes. So this market's kind of moving in spasms, right? We'll accumulate volume, and then it jumps up. Moving in value jumps up. So we'll keep an eye on these to see if anything starts filling out and becoming more of a normal distribution, suggesting maybe there's going to be some price happiness and maybe some slowdown as we go. But right now, I'm looking for that next jump up. We'll see what happens here. Right now, we have 3 candles in a row on a 30-minute that are almost the xylophone pattern we've talked about before, where we have this equal and opposite red candle, and now we have almost an equal and opposite green candle. So buyers are still very much in charge. And look at VWAP. VWAP is like, forget about it. It's miles and miles away. So it's a long way away. So that's the story of the E-mini S&P, and the stock index futures are pretty similar. But I do want to take a couple minutes here and just go over gold really quickly here and check this guy out. Let's get that daily candle going. Gold is it's in a sideways channel right now. I don't know why I'm whispering that right now, but it's in a sideways channel. The last 5 sessions, been sideways. I mean, look at the moving averages. They're straight line. They're almost flatlined. The H trying to get close with that 21 EMA, and the 21 EMA is like, no, I don't want to go out with you just yet. And so it's just, what's going to happen? Where are we going to break out, up or down? The 150-day was a really nice gauge. Again, every time we get to that 150, buyers come back in. We got to the 150, buyers come back in. This is the simple moving average, by the way. So we'll see. And we're I don't know if we're in the rotation zone or not. I can't squint that much, but we're pretty close. And look at RSI. RSI is completely flat as well. So again, this market's been highly correlated with the Treasury bonds as well, which totally makes sense. And I'll pop up the correlation chart really quickly here in a second. Intraday, right now on gold, we're below VWAP for the first time in, I don't know, about an hour and a half. We broke through it decisively. This is session VWAP. It was flatlined for a while, and then we went all the way back down to that zero DTE put support that so does often act like a magnet, and it did in this case. Not only that, we have a volume node building right there at that zero DTE as well. So going forward here, where are we going? We have a lot of support down here. These 4 candles down here, a lot of support at 66, 46.86, and then I would call this our resistance level up here, 47.50. We're smack dab in the middle. Now, the official point of control is right here at 47.05. We'll see if we can catch a bid to get all the way back up here. Lastly, but not leastly, here's that gold versus the Treasury bond correlation chart. Do I got that right? Yes. And so I did 3 different time frames. The 34-period look back, 77% correlated. We have the 21-day look back, 75% positively correlated. And then the longer term is only 49%. In shorter term, I'm sorry, is only 49% based on an 8-period look back, which means it's starting to have a little bit of a mind of its own. So we'll keep that in mind going forward here. And now we're really, really ready to trade the close. Let's get Joey, Jack, and Selma. Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Good. How
Hi.
you doing?
I'm surviving, baby.
Let's go. Love that. Survival mode.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's been a crazy day. Dolly's at headquarters doing some important stuff right now. It's been a long day. We've had a great panels all day. We've had a great trading session this morning with the guys. I know we're gonna have a great one this afternoon. So let's just get right into it. What do you guys think? Joy, start with you.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm coming off a 12-hour drive, so I haven't paid much attention to the charts today. But I see that Nasdaq is right back to all-time highs, continuing to push up here. We're back. We're on the extension levels currently on the IAB. I don't ever fade the extensions. That's my motto. Don't fade the extensions. I might get it tattooed somewhere. So I'm going to stay away from that and just kind of see how we do. If we can get price to come back down to maybe IB high, we have some confluence there. We have VWAP right at IB high. So there's some good confluence there, and see if we can get some price action down in those 280s.
Totally makes sense. And I'm never ever gonna forget Selma again. So we're going to her next. Selma, what are you thinking?
I'm never, ever, ever gonna forget that you forgot about me yesterday. That's messed up.
Oh man. Well, it won't happen again, I
Anyway,
promise. Actually, I'm gonna start calling you first just to make sure.
okay, deal. Right now I'm long the Russell. It was just a simple 5 minute retest of the 9 EMA. Got in and just kind of riding this up to the midnight open. Just want to see a sweep of, I want new high day, really. I think we can get it. Just a matter of everything else getting on board, really. And then the other thing that I'm watching, which I've been eyeing all day, is the Dow. Um, just want to talk about it real quick. I have these two levels on the Dow, 49,544 and 49,760. You can see here we rejected 760 during pre-market, came down to 544, found support, bounced, came back up to that 760, rejected, and dropped back to 544, where buyers stepped in once again. Now we are at the top at that 760 level. I want to see, do we reject here and come down, which, should give NQ that pop if it does reject, just because of that morning conversation you had with Greg, where he did say that, when AI is the story, when NQ starts to pop off, the Dow starts to drop. So I would
Yeah.
love to see that happen here. I mean, NQ is not too far away from new high day. We're about 16 points or so. So definitely feasible if the Dow can just reject here a little bit. But that's really what I'm eyeing.
It's the ping pong
These,
formation right there.
yeah, and I spoke about this earlier. YM is I feel out of all four indexes, it's the one that actually respects its levels. And it's the only one that I ever have physically drawn levels on it, like manually drawn the levels on it, because it just does its thing, dude. It respects it. And I said it earlier too. I said if we do get above the 760, then 902 is on the table. I'd like to see us get up there. And then if it rejects and we break 544, 340 is the next level. A lot of doodles on my chart right now, but yeah, this
Yeah,
is.
great observation and great description. Thank you for that. That was really good.
Thank you.
Jack, what's the situation? What we got cooking?
I think oil's probably, for me right now, it's the only position I got on. It's at the most pivotal point for this trend. This 106.16 area was my morning support. I bought it on the first test, wrote it up, and then I just bought it again down here. And if we can continue to hold these lows that we basically put in this morning, we had an ATR expansion to the downside, no continuation through it, and have come down and kind of retested that level. If we do start breaking down through these lows, my expectation is oil gets back to sub 99. However, if we hold it, my expectation is we get back above 104. So I've just gotten long oil here in the last 10 minutes. Indexes remain as a don't short market. It just, yesterday there was definitely some downside movement, but even the turnaround was, much more significant. So even when we have a move down in the indexes, the better trade ends up being getting long once they make the turn. And another day is proving that here. As far as getting long those markets, though, I'm looking at like 74.54 in the ES 29,392. We're holding much more aggressive bids at this point in time. And, you just got to continue to look for levels to buy pullbacks in the indexes, which I'll be doing here today, and just staying away from shorting those.
Very, very awesome. That's good stuff, you guys. I have a couple of housekeeping things I wanted to mention. We had at the Miami Trader Exchange, we had a great, I'll use the word celebrity, debate on stage with Kem and Danielle DiMartino Booth. They were talking everything macro. They were talking about the Fed. They were talking about all sorts of really great stuff. Now, that recording of that whole conversation with Anthony Crudele is now live, and we'll go ahead and put that link into the chat. So if you want to see it and listen to it, it's well worth the listen. It was an awesome discussion from two of probably the best macro people around. I mean, Danielle used to work for the Fed, so we have that going for us. So it's terrific. So check that out. The other thing I wanted to mention is NT Live is coming to London, June 18th. Save the date. Trader Kane's going to be there. Trader Brand, you guys might remember Brannigan Barrett. The guy is awesome. Known Brand for a while. Anthony Crudele. So if you get a chance, there's a link in the chat. Fill out that form and get on the notification list for a chance for an exclusive invite. It'll be super awesome, and more details will come, but that link will also be in the chat. Last but not least, don't forget we have the Arena Challenge coming up. The Arena Cup is coming up. Next week, we have the 3 qualifying rounds, final round, $250,000 in cash prizes, not awards or rewards or any weird stuff like that. It's going to be super awesome. So if you haven't registered for one of these, and please only register for one, don't register for 2 or 3. The qualifiers, get in there, a lot of fun, real-time simulated live NinjaTrader account, real conditions, real competition. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think these 3 are going to be in it. Are you 3 doing it?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yep. I'm on the second one.
I'm in the third.
Joey, which one are you in?
Qualifier 2, baby.
All right. So there you go. So now you guys could pick who you want to compete against. There you go. I don't know who's in qualifier 1, but it'll be somebody awesome, I'm sure. All right. Well, all right. I'm going to dip into the chat. It's been a long, great day today at NinjaTrader Live. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for the subscriptions and the thumbs up. And we are going to spin the wheel again. So definitely let's get those likes going. Let's get the viewership going, because you're going to have a chance to win some merch in a little bit of time here. So go ahead and also click on that link if you want to participate in the giveaway. You got to be here, by the way, to win. But we are most likely, we're going to get to that 400 like and that 800 viewers, and we're going to give away a couple things. So hopefully it's you. So dipping in the chat now. Good luck, you guys, on your trades.
Bye,
Later,
Jim.
Jim.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. Chat. In order for us to spin the Wheel of Futures, we either need to hit 400 likes on the stream, 800 viewers, or 20 retweets. That means you have 3 chances for the Wheel of Futures to get spun, 3 potential winners. I definitely think you guys can hit the 20 retweets on Twitter before we can hit 400 likes or 800 viewers. I think that should be the easiest. Just need, I think it already has 5 retweets, or 4. It has 4 retweets. I think you guys can get 16 people to go hit the retweet button on that.
Oh, that's easy work. That's light work, chat.
I retweeted it. I already did my part. So, chat, you know what you got to do. Anyway, hi guys.
What's up? How are we doing?
Joey, where are you?
Miramar, Florida.
You're still in Florida?
I'm back in Florida.
This man is moving. He's moving.
Yeah, back in Florida. We just a little family trip down here.
Another trip. Look at that. All right, guys.
We drove down. It's a long drive.
There you go. Full TP on RTY. New high a day. NQES just absolutely rocketed. GG's.
Yeah, jeez. What a ripper. I haven't looked at I know the Dow or the Russell and the Dow were weaker earlier.
Yep.
But I haven't looked at them recently.
Dow just swept Asia lows.
Dow just did that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was interesting. We came right back down to the over this morning's low, and we've been moving higher since in the YM. But let's see if that thing ends up picking back up tomorrow. I'm actually going to be looking for maybe an entry into that now. Let's see here. Where'd you get long, Russell?
I don't know. Let me put on the execution marks.
Man, NASDAQ.
Got long around 42-ish. I can't even see this. 48, I'm sorry, 48. It was just like literally like a 7-point trade. Had stop loss at 7 points and TP at 7 points, 1-to-1 RR. And yeah. Saw an opportunity and I took it.
That is trading.
That is trading. Take the opportunities, Holy.
I've just honestly lately, this past, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks or so, just been going for like some base hits and just accumulating those base hits. I mean, I know like $200 here and there doesn't look too appealing, but they add up. Just been compounding those gains.
No, it definitely will add up.
Yeah, I heard you're still in your gold, or did you end up getting out of
separate
that?
trades. I mean, I held like sometimes I hold some of it overnight, but definitely I mentioned yesterday I like to sleep, so no, I was not holding. Was closing that out. Closed that out yesterday, and every day I've been in it. I haven't really been holding overnight. Just been trade. I mean, I think now the structure for me is actually like broken. How I was like looking at it yesterday, I had a pretty solid level at 46s, but really the reaction out of this low, silver has become the better metals trade along with copper. So really, until gold can get some momentum above 47.50, I'm not looking at it the same way. I think it's going into a consolidation phase for the time being. Silver's up another huge day in silver, and gold's just not following here. Silver's up almost 4%, and gold's basically unchanged. So not really, I only focus on those markets heavy when they're working, and as soon as they stop, I just simply stop trading them like that.
Yeah, past 2 days Asia session, I've just been trading gold. I tried to trade yesterday, tried to trade the indices, got caught off sides, quickly cut that, switched to gold, made my loss back and some. So yeah, it seems like gold is fun again to trade.
Yeah, now the indexes are looking like gold did when it had that massive move higher
Yeah.
early in this year. But yeah.
It's been a good week so far though.
Yeah, that these indexes. I mean, I've almost taken my eye off the ball because I'm just trading more oil. But man, what a great opportunity to get long here this morning. And I mean, both as soon as we pivoted, it's just straight back up. Another 1% day, which just seems to be the norm for the NQ. I think we're going to be, if we go 1% a day, what percent are we going to be up at the end of the year? My goodness.
Right.
It is a never-ending bid.
And clear shot to 30K at this point,
Yeah.
Nas still seeing those buyers above 500 just rocketing. Oil, I was watching oil when you had mentioned it. We have that some support down there at 100. Curious to see if we do dip below 100s and get into those 90s on oil.
Yeah, if we start taking out today this morning low here, which we're pretty close to doing, I see it dropping down to 99. That would be cascade into the overnight low and then kind of through yesterday's breakout. But it is definitely getting weaker out of that new high here that we had at 103.60. Since then, it's definitely seen more selling pressure than we've seen over the last 2 days. So there could be a reversal brewing here in CL. And
I mean, CL 5-minute H pattern. Just beautiful.
yep.
It's very nice.
Yeah, if we can't get back above 104, 101.50 area, that H, I'm pretty confident will play out to the downside for a buck.
Oh, wait, I just realized you're CL long.
Yep, but it's
All
all
right,
right.
not bad.
No, I
101.20 is
mean,
good.
if we, I fully am aware that if we
I like
break
it, yeah.
low, that's going to play out to the downside. You know, I was buying a retest of the support, and it's we're teetering here. We have, I believe, the oil close here in 10 minutes, and that's going to probably take it one direction or the other, possibly through to complete that H down to 99 or maybe up.
Only one way to find out.
That's right.
Gold just rejected weekly open.
Yeah, I want to see that thing actually retest the prior day low and see if there's another set of buyers there. That 46 level is pretty important for me. But I'd like to see one more test of it.
String Bean says, my red candles are broken. They don't work anymore. You're just looking at the wrong things, my friend.
Definitely doesn't stay red for long.
What
Yeah, I
a
mean, you would have
move.
thought, just goes to show how we're just brushing off bad data, hottest inflation numbers in quite some time, and no impact.
I mean, any economical news, the market really just hasn't cared.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's why I'm sure we had some of the sellers right off the open, and then didn't matter past that. Anybody scared on that number, nobody cared.
No.
Immediately bid back above.
Well, that's what Craig was talking about in the morning show is, we have those supportive flows right now. And unless there's multiple negative headlines or, something that is going to actually bring us down, like PPI was hot, but market shrugged that off. Now, if there was headlines coming out from the whole Trump-China meeting or something with the war, if more negativity came out, then yeah, we would have continued with the sell-off. But yeah, until basically Friday, we're gonna have those supportive flows still in the market. And then starting next week, see if sellers can do something. But guys, if nobody watches, if you guys don't tune into the morning segment, you need to. It is really vital to my day-to-day trading. It keeps me in the loop, keeps me knowledgeable. I highly recommend. And no one is telling me to say this, by the way. I'm saying this because I want to and because I truly believe it.
Yeah, Craig knows his stuff.
He's a very, very smart guy.
Oil seeing a bit up there to your 120 entry.
Yeah,
There
I
you
want
go.
to above 104, 101.50 is going to give me a little more confidence, and then 101.60. But right now, it's we're going to go in the last 5 minutes before the pit session close here. I'm not even sure why they call it the pit session anymore because it doesn't exist. So what session is closing? I'm not sure. I guess it's just a historic close. Does some form of trading stop now? I don't actually know.
Tracy, there you go. Just because settlement is still at that time. No, Robin, don't ask Selma anything.
Russell's seeing a nice bid too.
Yeah, I wanted to sell into strength there just because this midnight open, new high day is, where they can potentially reject it, and I didn't want to get caught in that.
ES might tag IB extension 7498s. So look.
98, that's crazy. Today, another 15 points. Anything's possible.
Yep, can't rule it out.
No, don't rule out anything.
Really can't.
I'd love to see a pullback to 42 in the ES. Or sorry, 72. No, what am I looking at? 72, 74, 72, 72. Just need a little bit of a pullback, or like 476 for NQs. If we kind of get back down to that last breakout area, I'd be interested in buying, but
And look at this reject on the Russell so far.
I am curious to see what oil is going to do down here. We're kind of bouncing around. Oil is trying to catch a bid. We'll see if it can hold, though.
Definitely struggling here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a lot of stops below that low.
Yeah.
The thing I'm concerned about. I would honestly, if we do take out that low, my next trade would be a short. The final minute of the settlement here.
Nice, Mark. Good afternoon. Man, Nas getting up those 560s, still trying to climb higher.
Yeah, my higher time frame targets in the NAS are up at 29,930s.
So how'd you get that though?
It's a fib target.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, nothing crazy on that CL close settlement so far, but still needs to bid above some of these eyes to turn this momentum around.
Yeah, still struggling to hold.
Wow. Okay. Russell back at the 90 MA 5 minutes. See if it holds here. If not, this is not good. It's a nasty 15-minute candle closure on the Russell.
Are you long, Russell?
No, I'm out. I'm out of the longs.
Okay.
I closed at midnight open, and that's just where we keep rejecting from. Struggling here a little bit.
Yeah. Oil is fixing to go down and see these lower, at least some lower pricing here.
Yep. Crude's about to sweep Asia low.
Sgas8995 says, new sub here. Great stream.
Well, thanks for being here with us.
Ask if there's any ES trades left today.
There's always a trade. Got an hour and a half left. Ideally, 59s is my ES level, but 68.5 is any more aggressive.
Yeah, Tracy, that's a hanging man. It's the best setup for shorts. Selma, are you more of a price action trader? Yes, sir. Yep. Sure am. All right, guys, how are we doing on that repost of the tweet? I'm gonna check. We have 7 reposts. Come on, guys, we can get that up. Yep, and we need more likes in here, Tracy says. This is true. We have 560 people watching. We should be able to have 560 likes.
What are we at? 190? Did I see that right?
Yeah, 190, which...
Yeah, come on now.
Guys, it's nothing. I appreciate the 190 who did like, but let's be real. It's not much. NinjaTrader just posted the link to the tweet. You guys get that to 20 retweets. We will spin the wheel of futures. We only need 11 more, guys.
That's easy work.
Just get your burners out and start reposting. It's not hard. There we go. We're at 12. Pump it up. Lee Old Bomb says, I saw the H-bar pattern that you mentioned during Globex 2 or 3 nights ago. Nice. Did you take a short on it? Once you see the H pattern, guys, you can never unsee it.
You know, I've never actually looked at the H pattern, and since you said it today, I've seen it, and I can truthfully say that I cannot unsee it.
I'm telling you, once you start to see it, you can now start to see it as it's forming. I mean, that's the whole idea, right? You don't want to see it after the fact. After the fact does nothing for you. You can start to see it form in real time, and you can take a trade off of it. It's the best thing ever.
Basically just like a failure of a second test of support, right? Come down, test support, or inverse, and then you go through the second test.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if that's how it sticks in your head, then yeah, that works. I like to use it in confluence with the 9 EMA. So like for me, I'd want to see the 9 EMA be the area where we come up to retest and then consolidate, begin to reject, and then come back down. Having the 9 EMA on the chart helps me visualize it better. But is it necessary? No, you can just, if you just had your support resistance levels drawn, then you can just base it off of that. How do we sign up for the giveaway? If you signed up already earlier in the week, you don't have to sign up again, but it is pinned at the top of the chat, guys. All you need is one entry, or not one entry, because there's multiple things to sign up for that can enter you multiple times, but all you need to do is fill it out once.
Gold looks like it's going to roll over too here.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a little cautious about buying anything, but a little bit of a deeper pullback here in the indexes. Let's see, NQ 292428. But can't short it. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Oil really is just having a tug of war down here at 100.
Yeah, this is a really important level for me. I mean, like I said, I think holding it is going to give us 104s and losing it 99s, but may not happen today. But if we're holding this again, overnight and can't seem to break below this overnight low, that's a pretty good hold. We'll see though. It's definitely hasn't changed trend back to the upside on the smaller time frame just quite yet, but it is holding it. Good. Fairly solid stop placement there. I think we came 3 ticks away from my stop.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing worse than getting stopped out and having it go your way.
Yeah, to the absolute tick.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's happened. It'll happen again.
Yeah.
Yes. Yesterday, I don't know if I was a short 2 ticks from the high of the day. I missed a limit order. I was at 96.5 at the limit in the NQs, and we traded 96s, and then I just didn't catch any of that short. I was like, damn. That was really tough to watch that thing just go so close to my entry and then down whatever it was, 200-300 points.
There was a day last week on the NAS where I took a trade and I ended up getting stopped out to it was the literal low to the tick. The absolute low before it reversed and actually went my favor. It was the most frustrating thing.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see that, you just got to make sure that you don't compound or chase out of frustration or trade outside your boundaries. And normally I would, if I missed a long entry by 2 ticks, I'd probably drag my order up. But just because the shorts have just not been the trade, I wasn't wanting to drag it into the market just because just any short's been cooked so often.
Man, oil is full of suspense down here.
Yeah, it's kind of really not doing anything.
No, just stuck.
I love how, Jack, you now have Joey watching oil.
Hey.
He's rooting for you.
I am. Yeah, I want this thing to reverse here and give him his money.
Hey, the trader.
Yeah, I mean, it's from an unbiased perspective, it's not looking great, but I don't try to over manage my positions. if it were to get back above that 103.50, I think a pullback would be in to buy, but I would not be looking here just quite yet. We need a break of the trend and might get that stop finally hit here.
Three more retweets and we can spin the wheel, chat. Can we make it happen? Out of 578 people, I think we can do three more. Vamos.
Yeah, bring on the burner accounts, Johnny says.
I think more people are on Twitter here, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just want to remain anonymous. Them anon Twitter accounts.
What a wick off of the 9 EMA on the 15-minute for the Russell here. It's like every time you think sellers are going to start doing something, nope, psych. Not happening.
Here we go. Just take me out. End my misery. Here we go.
No, you're not in misery. Joey is. Wait, no, he's in Florida.
In Florida.
The happy place where the sunshine hits the sand and the ocean.
Fractal. Sí. Vamos. Yo necesito a la playa.
Bro, I'm dead. What the heck? I didn't know Joey was Spanish.
Listo? Sí. Sí.
Hey, talk dirty to me.
Hey, yo. Guys, we need 150 more likes. It should be doable. Come on. Guess you guys don't want free swag.
They just don't know what they're missing out on.
They don't understand there is a silver coin that's on the table here. A real silver. It's not even a coin. It's a silver ounce. It's worth. What's silver at?
Worth more today than it was yesterday. It's an
It's worth
appreciation.
88. It's worth $88 right now. How do you not want that?
Pretty sweet coin, chat. We had somebody winning one, was it earlier this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Every time I've been on and there's been a giveaway, the winner has won a hoodie. Just about every single time. What do we have to do to get it? Nothing besides fill out the form that is pinned at the top of the channel. Or, I'm sorry, top of the chat. There you go. They just put it in the chat right now for you. Robin, we're not doing this again. I can't have this conversation again, please. I'm still recovering from yesterday. Hey, question for you two gentlemen.
Mhm.
Have you guys watched Gladiator?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, never mind.
I feel like this is a TikTok question.
No, there's no, not a TikTok question. It was something Kane and Leo, they lost their mind that I've never seen it. And now they're making me watch it, so. Wanted to know if I was the only one.
It's pretty good.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch.
Back when movies were made well.
And, you know, I generally, when it comes to movies and TV shows, I've said this before, like I'm usually out of the conversation. Chances are I have not seen anything that anybody ever talks about, but Gladiator is one of them that I have seen.
Okay, cool. The one time. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, next question. Would you guys, if you were to watch Gladiator again, would you watch it on your phone?
No.
No.
Who watches movies on their phone unless they're on live?
Like no
Okay,
matter,
all right. Conversation is over. We're not doing this again. Definitely
I feel
not.
like no matter what movie or show, I'm not watching any of it on my phone.
Forget it, guys. Yeah, me neither.
That's-
Who the hell would watch on their phone?
It's
freaking
crazy.
weird, bro.
It's crazy.
That's crazy talk.
It's crazy talk. If I had a friend and I caught them watching movies on their phone in their own house while they had a TV, I would just not be friends with them.
Me too, Jack.
I'd be like, you're a psychopath.
They don't sound trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yo, they're still going. Guys, all right, enough. We get it. Jeez. Gold just puked. Jeez.
Yeah.
That is pretty nasty. Lost London lows and Asia lows and just completely giving it up here. Oh, okay, Tracy says Kevin Warsh confirmed as the Fed chair in Senate vote. Cool.
What was the vote? Party line?
Let me see if I can find it. Nope, not showing me here. Charles says, I really got to work on my fear of losing. I miss so much. Charles, what if I tell you I have a challenge for you? I challenge you to size so small to the point where you can look away from your phone or your computer, walk away from your desk, keep the position on, and not be worried about it. That should be your main focus. Give it like a month. Do a month of sizing down. Trade the way you normally would trade otherwise. Your fear will be gone. Because if you're going to lose $10 versus $100, obviously you're going to be less worried about 10 than you would 100. Jam, all I do is give great advice. Jack, the vote was 54 to 45.
Got it. No continuation through that CL load just yet.
No, it's
Just had to grab my cons.
Just swept it and trying to hold it still. And just a tug of war there. Very just indecisive. Gold seeing some sellers back down to those 80s.
Damn, we still have another hour.
Bouncing off the New York Friday mid. NASDAQ seeing sellers trying to push back down below 500s. See if that holds. I mean, any dip on NASDAQ's just been bought, so.
I want to see NQ 29,426s, but might be a big ask.
Yeah, the dips haven't really been dipping.
Sean, I'm not tempted to get back in CL. I don't have, I mean, if we were to trade higher above that same level I referred to before, back above like a 101.50, I'd buy a pullback. But right now, this structure is not, we're holding the general level, but as long as we're downtrending, like maybe even 101.40s, I'd rather buy a pullback after it proves that there's buyers as opposed to trying to just re-long again after getting stopped out. It's not like I don't have that urge to just take another trade just to be in it. I mean, the higher time frame thesis is still there. I just want to confirm it on a shorter time frame. But yeah, I don't like to like jump right back in just because.
Just not seeing a whole lot I'm really in love with.
Yeah, I got an order at 58.75 in the ES. That's it.
Gold's not bad. Seeing us bounce off the IB mid there.
NQ still dropping. And NQ dropping, we're also pushing, YM pushing. ES is trying to push. Let's bring up ES chart.
Oh my. Oil seeing nice drop there.
YM new highs. Wait, yeah. Yep.
NASDAQ retesting the extension level up there at 500. Keep an eye on gold. Gold's not looking, I mean, it's already bounced off the IB mid, but curious to see if we're going to stay above that.
Another reject on YM from that Asia low.
Did we ever get our retweets? No, we didn't. We haven't gotten the retweets
We
yet.
said we're like 3 away.
Oh my chat. What are we doing?
Bro, yeah, it's still 3 away. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I mean, do y'all want to win a silver coin? Yeah, I mean, does that not excite you guys for a chance to win that? There's some value there.
There's literally greater odds for you guys to win than the morning stream. Coach Fred, I don't really have a preference per se, just trade either one that shows me a better setup, or the setup, I should say.
Mark says, I have a cousin named Joey from the south side of Chicago.
Got to be the same guy.
We hit 20 retweets, guys. Finally. It only took us an hour.
Chat, fun fact, my real name is actually Joe.
He told me the story of this. This is a funny story.
Yeah. I'll tell it to you guys. Yeah. I'm named after my dad. My real name is, I'm technically a Joe Jr., right? I'm named after my dad. My parents got divorced, and my mom added a Y at the end of my name, so she didn't have to call me by my dad's name.
I don't know if that's funny, but
it's a little petty.
Are we supposed to laugh?
I mean, he's laughing.
I think it's funny. I mean, it's petty and funny.
I get it.
Yeah. Didn't mean for it to be so anticlimactic for you, Jack.
Jack's like, if I laugh, will I get canceled?
I don't want to laugh.
Jack's like,
laugh at somebody's childhood trauma.
I have no childhood trauma, bro. It's good. Yeah. I have a great relationship with both sides.
Good to hear. All right, now I can laugh. Man, I mean, oil is not want to give up this area. I still want to. I see a back above 101.33 is what I want to see.
All right. Should we choose a winner?
Did we get it?
We did get 20 retweets, yes. Shall we do it, chat? Okay, we'll pick the winner when you guys pump up some of these likes. Let's at least get to 300 likes, and then we can announce the first winner. Let's go. We're also 200 viewers away, which is not much. We can get 200 in the next hour. All right, I'm being told to just announce the winner. So let's do it. The winner is Alexander C _04. You have 1 minute to say something in the chat to claim your winning.
Alexander, are you here, G?
Where are you?
Where are you?
See, 30 seconds left for you to claim your prize, Alexander. If they're not here, we'll pick someone else.
Uh-oh. Alexander.
Thomas, I'm glad you like the new indicator. I should be updating it sometime later tonight. There's just a few more tweaks that I want to do to it. All right, we're getting a redraw of a new winner.
Donde estás, Alexander?
That's it. Alexander snoozed, and he loses.
Well, it's all of the people, right, that have entered in all week.
What do you mean?
So do they have to re-enter every stream?
No. So if you enter it on Monday, you're good.
Yeah, we're going to be playing this game again.
Yeah. We're going to cycle through the names.
I just want to see them be like, the winner is Salma.
I think on Monday we cycled through like 4 people.
Yeah.
Before we got a winner.
All right, you can announce that, Joey.
All right, the next winner is D. Clements, 89. D. Clements. Are you here? Clements.
1 minute.
Estás aquí, Clements. Uh-oh. It's not looking good.
$15 seconds left.
Ruh-roh. Clements, you're giving it up. Oof.
Another one bites the dust. Let's go. Redraw again.
Redraw.
All right, who shall it be?
Brad Quinn, 3315. Brad Quinn, are you here? I do not have an NQ long. I want to see, I mean, I have a level here, but I want to see my lower level. The thing is, I have 2 setups, and the more aggressive one I'm just not participating in, which may mean I don't get my trade, but 29,426 is what I want to see. My limit in the ES is 58.75.
Less than 30 seconds. I don't think they're here.
Oh,
All right.
no.
I want to take the over under on how many names we're going to have to go through, because this list gets longer and longer every day.
I'm going to say 6.
I was going to say 7.
Joey, you're muted.
How did I get muted? Is that Olaf from Frozen? Oh no. Am I right on that?
Don't ask me, bro. This is how the whole
This is coming
gladiator
from a guy
thing.
who doesn't watch anything.
This is how the whole gladiator conversation started yesterday because of some soundbite. Please.
Can we confirm? Is that Olaf?
Are you not entertained?
It sounds like Olaf. No, it's Planet of the Apes. Okay.
Okay, next winner is Michael Crump, 2751. Reveal yourself. Oh, they're not here. All right. What is this, 4? Is this 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, let's see. I say 6 people. The 6th person will be able to claim.
I'm going to go with like 7.
Hey, that's my guess.
Oh, that's your guess? Okay, I'll go 8 then.
Probably be right.
Unknown call.
All right. 10 seconds left, Michael.
Jenna.
Yeah, we've got the next winner. Go ahead.
Jenna, 22. Jenna underscore 22. Are you here? Gotta be here to claim, baby. Oh, Jenna's
Here.
Let's
Bang.
go.
There you go. 5th one.
We were all wrong.
Finally.
Congrats.
All right, let's spin the wheel.
Let's
the
run it.
Wheel of Futures.
A hat.
Let's go. Congrats, Jenna.
Go, Jenna.
The Wheel of Futures.
Okay, guys, next winner will be picked at 400 likes. We're 100 away. You guys just saw the entire process. If you want to win some swag, thumb it up.
It's a little thumbs up button. Challenge you guys to a thumb war. Y'all should smash that.
I wanted a slight pullback to the 9 EMA on the 15, and it's not giving it to me. Looks like it just wants to go. It's already up 6 points.
NASDAQ trying to hold 5 hundos.
Russell's going for new high day here.
Another shallow pullback.
Yep.
NQ gonna go to 2,600. Looks like 26,000.
Wait, what?
29,600. Gosh, there's just too many numbers on my screen. 600.
I was like, whoa, when's that happening?
You know, I'm off a 12-hour car ride, and I just kind of believed him.
Bro, we should just start doing that to see who's like paying attention. Just say random levels. Jack Burry.
Oh, NASDAQ pushing straight back above that extension level 518s. oil has gone nowhere. So it's just staying there. Stuck. Goldilocks is 694, still holding above Ivy mid there.
Yeah, not seeing much else to take here. That
Yeah.
retest was perfect and completely missed it.
Not overly excited about anything currently.
Jack's locked in.
He is locked in.
I just got nothing to do.
Talk to us.
I'm tired. What do you want me to say?
Me too.
What do you want me to say? Be patient. Be patient. Actually, copper just came into a pullback level I was looking at. I'm just scanning markets over here.
You know, speaking of this 12-hour car ride, we'll just go into a little story time here. Speaking of this little 12-hour car ride, so my wife just bought a new car, brand new, and we ended up driving it down. Just, you know, breaking the new car in on a new road trip, or breaking the new car in on a road trip. And so I was driving last night, and this car, right, you throw on cruise control, it like kind of self drives itself. Like you throw on cruise control, it'll do all the turns and curves for you. You can keep your hands on the steering wheel, and it'll do it all. It'll do it all for you, right? So I had my hands. Well, I wasn't like gripping the steering wheel, but I had like my fingertips kind of just on the steering wheel, holding it, not like this, but like actually holding it with my fingertips. And this car yelled at me, like legit, like the car, not someone else's car. The car I was driving, my wife's car, yelled at me and told me to put both hands on the wheel. And the whole dash went red. Okay, the car legit saw red. The whole dash went red and threatened to shut the car down mid like highway. Took down my cruise control. Cruise control went away. The car actually threatened me to turn off in the middle of the road because it didn't detect my hands on the steering wheel. Never in my life have I ever been yelled at by a vehicle. I mean, threw serious attitude at me. When the car dash, the digital dashboard goes red and it threatens to shut the car down. That's insane, bro.
It's the new world we're living in. What car is it?
It's a 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. I mean, it's like the car just like had a brain of its own and was just threatening me. It was wild.
I will say the only pro to this is if someone actually fell asleep behind the wheel or, God forbid, had like a medical emergency or something.
It's true.
That is like the only pro I see to that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine shutting a car down on a highway.
Well, I don't think it will. I don't think it will shut it off right then and there because I've seen like videos on this stuff. I think it's programmed to like actually get on the shoulder or get you out of traffic and then shut the car off. And then I believe it also calls like what's it called, like 911. Because I mean, the only reason if you're in cruise control, your hands aren't on the wheel is because something happened to you.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with the chat. It's kind of crazy the world we're moving towards.
Yeah, they just passed a law that I think if a car detects if you're like been drinking, you can't drive it or something. Or like if it thinks you're impaired, which I'm not sure how it does that, but Classic cars are going to be making a comeback. Nobody wants computers telling them what to do.
Still got about 40 minutes till closing bell. Market has been a drag this afternoon, chat.
That's positive gamma for you. Slow grind up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. I'm really fighting the decision of taking a nap after the market closes and then going to the beach.
Why fighting it? Just take the nap.
Good fight, Joe.
I'm afraid if I take the nap's gonna turn into like a hibernation, and I'm not gonna go to the beach.
It's gonna be one of those like you wake up, it's the middle of the night nap.
Yeah.
Where am I? Just set an alarm. They say like I think 24 minutes is like the perfect nap, something like that.
24 minutes.
Yeah, it's like you don't fall.
Yeah.
Well, like you don't fall into deep sleep. That's what really messes you up.
Yeah. See, I would definitely go into a deep sleep. Go to sleep on the beach, bro. I would be absolutely lobstered out there.
Yeah, you'll wake up crying. What's the temperature like in Florida right now?
I think it's 80 right now.
So jealous. So very jealous.
Joey, you randomly busted out fluent Spanish earlier. Did you used to be a notorious trash talker in the Dominican leagues? I don't bring up my past.
This candle in the Russell is crazy. What? What the hell? We just swept Asia highs and continuing to go. Wow. This thing is strong. ES about to make new highs here. I think FCEL, for anyone who trades options or looks at stocks, FCEL is going crazy right now. It's probably alongside some other small caps. Yeah, Lee, old bum, you and me both, my friend. Oh, who's calling me? Sorry, guys. Yeah, FCEL is up 16% on the day and just hit $20 a share. That's ridiculous. Sending it rippy.
Go Cubs. I don't know about all that.
Armenian muscle, it could be hot garbage, but it's moving, so hot garbage still can make money. Guys, we're 60 likes away from another giveaway. Can we get that going?
Mark, I'd like to say go Cardinals, but they absolutely suck. They are bad. I don't know how many guys are baseball people, but speaking of, you know what I miss in baseball? I miss the steroid era of baseball,
Ew.
where we
What?
had baseball legit had a steroid era where it was Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds. It was just that's all it was.
Home
Mark McGuire,
runs.
exactly. Yep. Barry Bonds. That dude, that era of baseball, crazy.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thunderdome!
Best days in baseball, everyone was glued. Exactly. Dude, it was a lot of fun to watch.
He came up with a whole I forgot, it's called like improved. There's like an Olympics of people on steroids. I forgot what it's called. Peter Thiel backed it. It's called like, I don't know. Somebody might know in the chat. And it's just like swimmers on steroids and lifters on steroids. It's pretty crazy.
Steroid era was the peak of baseball. It really was. Not to mention, not only are they all juiced, but using corked bats as well. Just hitting absolute nukes, just 500-foot bombs outside the park, dude. Just crazy.
This is the last one that got caught with a cork bat. It happened a few years ago, I think.
It's been a while since I've seen someone get caught with a cork bat. It's so funny though, because you go back and like you like watch some of those games from back then. They're all like in their 20s and 30s looking 50 because they're all juiced out of their mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely make baseball fun again. It's quite a long sport to be watching.
I mean, yeah, it's a tough watch now. I will say, like, it's becoming a little bit better. I would say more on the pitching side because you have all these young guys, dude. You have all these guys that are like, flying through the minors at a young age, getting to the majors, and they're all throwing 100 plus. Like the evolution of pitching now is insane. And it's honestly kind of fun to watch. I mean, you have like 19-year-olds out there making their MLB debut throwing 104. Like it's just
Yeah, that's the thing. Pitching's just gotten so incredibly good that it's just become harder to hit,
yeah.
Hitting a baseball from a major league pitcher is there's some things you could do as just like an average athletic male, but hitting a baseball at 104 miles per hour is not one of them.
No.
But you might be able to get lucky and get a few yards rushing, or catch a pass in football, but you cannot hit a baseball coming at you.
Especially when they're throwing like sliders and curveballs, they're like still 85 miles an hour plus sometimes. Like that's where it gets really difficult is when you have a curveball coming at you that's at 85 miles an hour, it just cuts right back into the zone. Yeah, the evolution of pitching has been, I would argue, like really fun to watch.
Couldn't tell you what 150 kilometers converts to miles per hour. I don't really know how fast it is. Was that like 80?
I don't know. It's not the 100 miles per hour. It's the movement they have on those pitches too. Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, like two seam fastballs when they have those, like that cutter movement, that's like at 100 plus, and it's just a fastball that's sliding across the zone. That's just insane. My lefty, those curveballs usually come from a lefty into a lefty. No, I'm a righty. I was a switch hitter when I played baseball. I could switch it. I was righty and lefty depending on who I was facing on the mound. But I always threw lefty. Or sorry, threw righty. And then I always threw righty, and I could bat righty and lefty.
Mr. Ambidextrous.
Spell that.
I don't know. I wouldn't even try.
No.
Just
quick.
Forget
We should do an NT spelling bee.
Should we?
That would be fun.
I'm out.
A little bit humiliating,
as
but
long
it'll
as
be
it's
fun.
trading related words. Spell Black Scholes module.
Go for it.
No.
Oh my God. My God, I did that 46. I wouldn't even know how to say that out loud. I've heard it so many times. I still wouldn't be able to say that out loud.
What word?
I can't even say it for you. I did that 46.
Oh, I see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, that. Wow. Now say that like 5 times quick.
No.
Jack is exhausted right now.
I couldn't do it.
CL
finally popped up a little bit.
Yeah, if we get above 101.33, I do think it's backing along. And I mean, holding this low is important. 105.56 was my failure of this long trend point. Basically, that was overnight low area, but it held. So holding that low is going to lead us to higher prices, and we're slowly breaking back higher. It hasn't really picked up momentum. It's been quite the creep higher.
Guys, I have a question. Why would the word that would describe the phobia of long words be a very, very long word? Like, who thought of that?
What is that word? I don't even know what that word is.
It's the fear. It's a phobia of long words.
Yeah, but what's the word?
What NinjaTrader just put in the chat.
No, that's not a real word.
It is.
That's a real word.
The guys,
that's not a real word.
copy,
no way.
No,
copy and paste that into Google.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that. Hold on.
That is not a word.
Oh my God, it is.
No.
Bro, what evil person thought, let me pick the longest word ever to describe the phobia of long words? Someone goes, that's a sentence.
That's actually like psychotic, bro. You're just triggering, like, people knowing that they have that kind of phobia, knowing that this word exists, they are getting absolutely triggered over that.
Hippopotamonstrosis equipped aliophobia. I hope I said that right. That is a ridiculously long.
That is correct.
Whatever the hell that is.
The most ridiculous word I've ever heard of.
Whoever created that definitely is purposely trying to trigger people. Have that phobia. That's crazy.
Guys, we're still 40 likes away. We can run another giveaway if you guys have 40 likes in you.
Chad, y'all want a silver coin? Well, we got 360, we need 40. Yep, so we need 39 now. We have 596 people watching. Surely, chat, we get 39 likes. I mean, you guys want to win a silver coin, right?
I would do. I mean, I already liked the stream. I did my part.
I like the stream as well.
Jack?
Yeah, of course.
He's like, of course, as he goes to do it now.
Of course. No, I got an automatic like button.
After, like, always when we end the Trade the Close stream, once that's over, it automatically, like, sends us to the next stream that they have scheduled, and I'll just hit like for it right away. Yeah, Fractal, where are all the fake Nick accounts when you need them? Where are they at?
Like Nick found them.
Nick sent Claude as a bounty hunter for all those fake Nicks. All right. We're in the last 30 minutes here. Well, what will it be?
With what this market's doing, it's going to be a long 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. Keep talking about baseball.
Yeah, I would say we just got to keep thinking of other things to talk about. It's not the market.
Jack, are you planning on swinging those, or are those positions closing?
No, I rarely swing. I rarely swing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I swing maybe 1% of my positions, if that.
Kazuki says, Sal, how's your day going? Like green or red? Very green. It's been a great week for me, actually. Feel like I'm getting back in the swing of things, but I don't want to speak too soon. It's only Wednesday. We still have 2 more days. But so far, so good. Can't complain at all. What about you guys? You guys green, red? What are we doing, chat?
I am flat on the day.
Oh, well, you had a 12-hour drive, so.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to send it to a 12-hour drive.
In a long time. I got a 10-hour drive in a couple weeks to Canada. It's about the longest I've driven in quite some time.
I don't think like it wouldn't have been as bad if we chose a different time frame to drive it, because we were driving overnight and that was just brutal.
Why? That's good though. No traffic. That's when all the truck drivers.
Yeah, but the overnight was like the end portion of the trip. So it's like we started during the day and then ended up driving into the overnight where we were both just like exhausted and tired. And it just made it that much worse. So we definitely chose like the wrong time to be doing that.
What time did you leave?
So we ended up leaving at, let's see, 4. No, sorry, we left at 3 and we had a couple stops because we have kids. So we had a couple stops. So the 12-hour drive was honestly like more like a 14, 15-hour drive because of all the stops that we made with kids.
Longest I've done. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we ended up stopping at this one place to have dinner, so the kids could eat before they crashed out. And they took them forever to get our food. We waited like an hour to get our food even after sitting, and so that just like kind of added to our time of driving. It was brutal.
That would suck.
Yeah, it was bad.
Waiting an hour, what's it called? Waiting an hour for food, period, is just like the worst.
Mm-hmm. Like I knew we were gonna have to make some stops and eat and stuff, but it was like the stops just kept getting like we had to make more stops than I anticipated, and then like some of the stops were longer than I thought they would be, and it was like, man, I thought we were gonna get here a lot earlier than we did, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be able to like get here, I'll be able to go to sleep, you know, get a good amount of sleep still, and wake up still, you know, go about my day, but no, no, that wasn't the case.
How long are you there for?
We're here till Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What are we going to do here? I think we get a little bit of a pullback into the close, but
That was with the new car, the one that shouts at you for relaxing a bit. Yeah, exactly.
So were your hands on the wheel when I yelled at you, or what?
Yeah. So like, well, you know, I had the cruise control on, and it does the curves for you. So like, I wasn't like gripping the steering wheel. Like my fingers were around it, right? So it's like my fingers were around the steering wheel, and I was just kind of making sure I had my hands there in case like I needed to turn the wheel. And then it yelled at me because it didn't sense my hands. But the crazy thing is when it told me to grab the steering wheel, I actually grabbed it with with a grip, and it didn't sense my hands on it. And so that's when it started yelling at me, and like the whole dashboard went red.
I'd be taking that car back.
Dude, it was crazy.
I ain't dealing with that.
Well, to be fair, it's his wife's car.
Panic. You grab it too hard. Doesn't seem like that technology is quite figured out enough for them to be implementing it.
Guys, we're 14 likes away. I don't know what is worse right now, watching this market grind ever so slowly or begging for likes and only getting one or two each time we beg. God, what is this sleepy action from both the chat and the market, guys? This is torture. Thank you. I'm now starting to see a jump in the like count.
We need 5 more. Come on, chat. 5 more.
Tracy, did you like the stream? Let me find out Tracy's withholding a like.
In fact, you know what? Production, did you guys like the stream too?
Be here, the closest people.
We're gonna start digging at the NinjaTrader staff now to go live stream if we can get it.
Oh my God. All right, finally. I can breathe now. We hit 400.
Good work,
hell yeah, Tracy. Real ones, how many of us?
All right, we got it. So we can cycle through about 6 more names.
Oh, let's do the over-under from now. Let's make this interesting.
I'm going to say 5.
I'll go with my original guess.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it at 6 as well. Okay, we have our winner. This is just a bunch of letters, I think.
Hamani.
L. Yeah, go ahead.
L, yes, Hamani, or Yves, yes, Hamani.
Lies Hamani.
Dash JQ6JR. Are you here? No, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bot. Just somebody who just wanted a random name.
I don't know. Hamani sounds like it. I don't know. I feel like that could be a first and last name.
Yeah, that's a last name.
Lias Hamani. Yeah, I feel like that could be a first and last.
Where are you?
Where are you?
All right, if they haven't claimed it by now,
Yeah, I feel
they're
like we
never
can
going to
drop
claim
down
it.
to 30 seconds.
Okay, next winner.
Who's it gonna be?
The suspense is killing me.
I know. I was like, dun, 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 dun. Who's it gonna be?
Salma.
Trades by Neo. Neo.
Got a minute.
Trades by Neo.
Mayo.
And now we wait.
Trades by Neo. Are you here?
Next.
Estás aquí. Oof. Is that 2?
It's 2, yep. This is good though, guys. It makes it, the odds are. What am I trying to say here, guys? Help me out. What am I trying to say?
Odds are increasing.
In people's favor, yeah. The less and less people claim, the more and more we draw.
The more draws, the better the odds. So make sure you're always watching NinjaTrader Live.
Tina B, 2017. Are you here? You are our next winner.
Tina.
Tina.
Uh-oh, Tina.
Drunk Radish, there's still time. You can win. She's trapped 9 years in the past.
Oh, RIP.
4, 3, 2, 1, and we roll again.
No. Anthony, what's up?
Jack, what do you think about CL shorts here? I mean, we've only got 15 minutes left, but
No, I don't really like them.
really?
No. I'd rather, if we break down below those lows, those overnight lows, I'd rather sell the pop as opposed to shorting into the anticipation of the breakdown, just because the higher time frame is still up.
Okay.
But so I'd need to see like a drop and then a retracement up and sell. I think it still kind of favors longs with holding that low.
Yeah, I mean, this 101.20 levels rejecting nicely. 15-minute hanging man, shooter candle, whatever you want to call it.
We have our next winner, Lulu. Lulu Hawk?
HOC.
HOC? Lulu HOC? Where are you?
Where are you?
Great.
That's number 4 now. Let's see.
Well, it's going to get real tough at the end of the week when thousands of people have entered.
Yeah, that might be a little bit brutal. Didn't Lulu already win and miss once? Maybe. I don't know. Did she? Or he?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, RIP.
Bye-bye, Lulu.
That was 4, right?
Yep, we are on your 5th. Let's see if you get your over-under.
Come on, lucky number 5, baby. I need you here.
People are slacking, dude.
Tyler Braun. 553. Tyler Braun.
Tyler. Help me out, Tyler. If you win, we both win. Come on now.
What do you win, Joey?
I don't know. Production, what do I win? Do I win anything?
He's not here.
Tyler, you're letting me down.
RIP. RIP.
Tyler Braun, you're letting me down.
He goes, if you pick my name, we can get this over with. Sorry, guys, we don't get to pick. We just get to announce.
Randomized. Clearly, it's random.
Oh, Tyler, you let me down, bro. Wherever
See,
you are.
let's see if number 6 is lucky or not. 10mile.trader. Are you here? Yes, they're here. They're
Attention
here.
traders, it's algo time.
Woohoo!
They're here. I knew it. There you go.
Oh,
Number
wow.
6.
No way, bro.
Number 6. 10 miles always here. Let's freaking go.
Dang.
Damn, you had 5 people fumble in order for you to win. How do you feel?
It was meant to be.
The Wheel of Futures.
I think he deserves a
Hoodie.
silver coin. Really. Congrats, 10 Mile. We got 10 minutes till we close the bell or close the market. English, not Englishing right now.
Congrats, guys. No more.
Can we even say congrats when you were runner-up number 20?
A lot of effort into that.
Wow, nasty dump here.
You know,
Sheesh. Sheesh, sheesh, sheesh.
Trader Kane coming in, dumping the market.
on cue.
Yeah, NASDAQ really, really feeling it. Mm. Back in the 400s.
YM is still lingering on to the highs here, while everything else is dropping. It's crazy. I'm telling you guys, YM has a mind of its own.
All different markets, that's for sure.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, Real Ridge Runner, it's exactly what we spoke about earlier. I mean, Dow is just doing its thing. I personally will not be touching Dow probably for the rest of the week. I'm good. She's sneaky. Warsh is incorrect. Yep.
Five more minutes. Just close it. Shut it down.
Longest 5 minutes ever. Yeah, String Bean. String Bean says one thing that I learned on NTL is no trade is sometimes the trade. 100%. Nothing wrong with just sitting cash.
I agree.
Jack, what's your TP on this? Oh, you got out. Never
I just
mind.
closed it. I mean, there's just nothing going on. It's up 3 points. Been in that trade long enough. Need a nap.
YM is starting to see a little bit of weakness here.
Trying to.
Yeah.
All it does is go down so we can buy it up.
Yeah.
Bring in Jim to take me out of my misery.
We need Jim to save us.
Girl.
Jim doesn't even want a part of this.
Jim, where are you? I need him to come tell us how we did such a good job today. There we go. He's here.
Great job today, guys.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
What a drag.
We have the algo sell-off kicking in, huh?
Somebody was getting out of something.
At least we got the market to move.
So, Jack, you're still in, right?
No, I got nothing on.
Nothing.
I'll buy 58.75 though in ES if we trade it, if we open up near that area. 58.75 in ES.
Why 58.75?
It is the high of yesterday to the current high divided by 2.
Interesting. How about you guys, Joey, Salma? You guys got something cooking, or you done?
Donzo.
Oh yeah, done. It's on to tomorrow for me.
All right. Well, we always have tomorrow.
Do we though?
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday. As a matter of fact, tomorrow morning, everybody, we got a huge day tomorrow again. We had a huge day today. We got a huge day tomorrow. Maggie Lake is back in the morning. We have Linda Rashke is our special
nice.
guest.
I'm tuning into that one.
Dude, Linda's another legend in this business.
I've hung out with her a few times in Chicago.
Yeah, her and Damon are cool people.
Yeah, Damon's cool.
And she's been around a long time. She's brilliant. So she's going to be with Maggie and Shai tomorrow morning in the Morning Gap. Then we're going to have Farm doing Tape Talk. And then, Jack, you're coming back to trade the open with Nick.
I will be there.
Sweet. And then, Selma, you're joining Leo for midday markets tomorrow.
That should be real fun.
It's going to be awesome. You like trading with Leo, don't you?
I do, except he's going to berate me about not watching this Gladiator movie, so I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Well, why don't you just watch it? Get it out of the way.
Well, I'm not going to have time tonight. It's a 2.5-hour movie, Jim.
Dude, it goes by so, it's so good. It goes by. It's like, I mean, it's like you're putting off a dentist appointment. It's way different. You're going to enjoy the experience.
No, I actually enjoy going to the dentist. Thank you very much.
Oh,
the freaking 2.5-hour movie is crazy. But yeah. I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
So the other thing they're cooking tomorrow was another early start, 1:30 start instead of 2. Shai's going to do an afternoon wrap up at 1:30, and then immediately after that, Craig Shapiro and Blake Morrow are going to be together for a market internals session at 1:35. So right after Shai tomorrow, early start in the afternoon. It's going to be super awesome. Then trading the close, XYZ. Selma's back for again tomorrow. Sweet. Double duty tomorrow.
Double duty.
With Christian trading boxes and XYZ. You're going to be against the West Coast tomorrow.
Should be fun.
East Coast, West Coast. I'm going with East Coast. I'm an East Coaster.
Thanks, Jim.
No offense to the Midwestern people we got here.
That me.
Well, and Jack too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
okay.
that'll be cool. Another special event tomorrow. And Friday, I'm off to see Stowe. I'll be hanging out with Stowe on Friday.
Oh, that's this Friday?
How close is that to you, Jim? Are you going to Pittsburgh or wherever he is?
I'm going to Pittsburgh, man. We're going to go see the Pirates Friday night, play the Brewers. And then Saturday night is Stowe's band, Night Marathons, is going to be a headliner at an outdoor festival. It's going to be super awesome.
Nice.
He's flying out just for this, guys.
Selma, you could either prepare to live or you could live. Well, those are your two choices. Prepare or live.
I just can't wrap my head around the fact that you're just going to go hang out for like
Dude,
what, a day?
I'm doing it again in August, and I'm going to see XYZ and Christian.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bell just rang, guys. 94.70 on the S&P. Jack, you got about 10 handles to go. What point will you launch your long at 57? Today or tomorrow?
I mean, I'll put it out there when the bell opens, and my stop will be 52.5.
Got it. All right. Sounds good. NASI, where'd NASI close at? Around 470-ish, give or take? Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, roughly.
Bonds just held their own. They dipped into the 111 handle, not far enough for me to get filled on my trade. I missed it by a couple of contracts in front of me, but we're up to 1205. We're not done yet with the bonds, I don't think. Crude 101. Where's Dr. Copper at? Dr. Copper, keep an eye on this one, you guys. Down a little bit, but still above $6.60. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Well, thank you guys. Let's give these guys a round of applause for a job well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go.
Yep. I will see everybody tomorrow except Joey. I won't see you tomorrow, Joey, I don't think.
Nope.
And actually, Jack, you're in the middle, so I'm not going to see you either. So you two guys have a great, great weekend. I will talk to Selma tomorrow. And I want to thank everybody for participating in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for watching NinjaTrader Live today. I know it's been a long day. We got a lot of great content going. Appreciate you more than you know. Best community I've ever been involved with, period. And you could tell by my white beard, I've been doing this for a long period of time. So thank you for being here with us. Most important message of the day, as usual, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. We'll see you soon.
Bye,
Hey,
chat.
Jack. Later, chat.